Hello, everyone, and welcome to OG Searcher. And today we're going to be talking about the method that I use to conserve copper coins. And when I'm talking about copper coins, I'm going all the way to the half cent, the US large cent, Indian head cents, Lincoln pennies or cents, 2 cent pieces, and even some of the nickel coins, like the 3 cent nickel and the different 5 cent nickel coins that the US produced, and also foreign coins that were made out of a bronze copper alloy or a combination of nickel and copper. And the techniques that I use to clean those and the items that I use for the same. Now, one of the things that you don't want to do is be too aggressive cleaning coins, any coin for that matter, but especially copper coins. You don't want them to look like this one. It's not supposed to look like a bright, shiny new penny when we're talking about circulated coins. What we're trying to do is to get them to look as natural as possible. And the reason that I would be cleaning these to start with is usually from improper storage over the years, um, improper holders, just dirty fingers, by the hundreds, if not thousands, handling the coins over the years before they were put away, so that they are more pleasing to the eye, let's just say, to where they look like a coin that was babied, and put, treated with tender loving care and just got circulated. And we want it to look natural. Think about it as just like using a fine furniture polish on furniture, antique furniture, and you just bringing out the natural beauty that wood had. We're trying to bring out the natural beauty that this coin had in its past and what it still has if we can get some of the years of gunk and grime on it. Now, saying that, there are some coins like this one or this one that you're not going to be able to help. I mean, you may be able to help them a little bit, but you're not going to get them to look like, a nice circulated, even, wear coin with original luster. You can't put Genie back in the bottle or Pandora back in the box. It's just not going to happen no matter what you do. You're going to end up with that one that I showed you the first time, that one that was, bright and shiny and with that artificial mint luster on it that doesn't look natural. And it'll even then be pitted or scarred or scratched, and that you can't do anything with. Well, what we're talking about, ones that just have some dirt and grime, some maybe PVC accumulations, things like that, that we're trying to get off the coin, get it stable again, and keep it from developing bronze disease, something of that nature. Let's go over, to start with, the different things that I use to clean copper coins. The first thing you need is a lot of Q-tips. You're going to go through a lot of these, and I would suggest not using the ones that have the plastic tube here. Use the ones that have the cardboard tube, because the plastic ones, when you get down and using the tip of these, can sometimes scratch a coin surface. So use the ones with the cardboard handle part to it. You may also need some wooden toothpicks. Now, I've got a couple that I use. This is one that my wife uses in her manicure business. It's kind of a cuticle pusher, and it does great for some coins that that I can get big chunks of dirt off of. But then I use these longer wooden toothpicks and to get into maybe between letters, inside the letters, around elements of the design, things like that, to try to maybe get pry loose a little bit of the gunk. The substances that I use to clean coins, to start with, is 100% pure acetone. Be sure that the acetone you use says 100%. You do not want to use things like fingernail polish remover because it has other chemicals added to it to mask the smell. It could have perfumes in it, and you do not want to put those on your coins. The other solution that I use, and I'll put a close-up of this on the screen, is this thing that you can get from most coin supplies and some of the coin shops. Is called Coin Care. Now, there was one previous to this called Blue Ribbon that a lot of the dealers swore by. Unfortunately, that product is not sold anymore, and if you manage to find a bottle around, there are some of those bottles that are selling upwards to $50 or more, and there are bottles that's smaller than this for dealers that want to try to get that solution again to clean their copper coins. And last but not least is this really fine, soft boar's hair brush. And you do make sure that you get a one that is a very soft bristle. And this is used, kind of like in the final stage, almost like polishing the coin. And you can see that it's well used in my work. So let's go ahead and let me demonstrate on how I clean some of the coins that I deem that that could be possibly helped. And I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and set it up, and I'll be right back. Now, the coin I'm going to start with is this 1958 Lincoln cent. And you say, why am I even bothering? And that coin side looks actually pretty good. It's because, what I would advise you to do while you're learning this technique is to practice on some very common coins. So if you happen to mess up, you're not ruining a valuable coin in your collection or inventory. Is to, hone your techniques, find out what you can and can't do on a bunch of common wheat pennies or even memorial cents, for that matter. But if you see this side, like I said, it looks pretty good. But if we flip it over and look at this side, then we've got a different story here. And I don't know how well you can see this. The lighting sometimes is not as good as I want it, but it has got a lot of gunk on the backside. I don't know what it was in contact with over its life, but I'm thinking that I might be able to get this off. So we're going to try it and see if we can get it, how close we can get it to looking like that. So let's start here. First thing I'm going to do is to try it with some straight acetone to get the first layer of crud off. And again, I just wetted the toothpick, or not the toothpick, but the Q-tip. And if you look just how much green gunk that is coming off with this. Going to make sure that we're still in sync here. Now you may take several Q-tips, and that's okay. That's what I said. You needed a lot of Q-tips. But you can see that there is natural brown underneath all that green gunk. And the important thing is you can see that I'm not doing anything to that coin's natural luster, with using this acetone. I would suggest you go to, one of the big box retailers, the membership club type, Costco or Sam's Club, and get you some of those big 3 packs of Q-tips that they offer, or some generic brand, because you will go through a lot of them, cleaning coins this way. But again, we're trying to conserve the coin. We're trying to bring a coin back. We're not trying to make it more than what it is. We're just trying to bring out what it is. It's being a little stubborn here on the edge, which is where, the rim is trapping a lot more of the gunk. Now, like I was saying, you might need a toothpick, to kind of loosen up this stuff along the edges. Or in between, around the curves of the letters. And as you can see, it's already looking 100% better than it was. So now let's go ahead and use the coin care. Now with the coin care, you may have heard the old commercial, a little dab of do you? Well, with coin care, the same thing. I tried to only just barely touch the tip of the Q-tip into the solution, because what we're going to do is just gently, and I'm not scrubbing hard, I'm putting just light pressure on it, onto the coin, to again loosen up some more of this crud. And we're also we're going to be putting a light coat of this, and it'll be a light coating on the microscopic level on this coin after we get done. And what that will do will end up retarding bronze disease developing on the coin later on. It's almost like, think about oiling a weapon. You can see we've got more. Now, one of the things that I want to tell you to do is don't forget about the third side of a coin, which is the edge. Now, look how much we're bringing off of it. A lot of times people forget that there is 3 sides to every coin. And I'm going to go and give the front, it wasn't too bad, but I'm going to try to match, the luster of the coin to the other side that we have worked on. And, if it has any little bits of crud on it, we get it off too. Okay, now the last step we're going to do is to brush the coin. And again, we're not putting hard pressure on it, and always do that. We're just lightly brushing the coin, and we want to turn it a little bit so we can get in the different crevices. But you want to get it to where you're turning it so you can get all the little crevices into the brush hairs into the different parts of the coin. Okay, now let's take a look at the coin now. So you can see that side, we still got a natural looking coin. We flip it over, and it's in my opinion, 1,000% better than what it was before. And so I don't think I've harmed this coin. I think I've actually helped it. And that's the whole idea behind conserving a coin using this method. Now, let's go ahead and move to the Indian head cent. Now, it's not too bad, but it does have a little bit of, crud on both sides of the coin. And with this one, I'm going to go ahead and just go straight to the coin care. And I'm using the same Q-tip that I was using before. And again, you can see that I'm already lifting some of the 100-year-old crud or longer that this coin has had on it. So we can bring out the natural surfaces of the coin. And like I said before, you're not going to be able to help a coin that is beyond help. There's some of them that just need to be loved the way they are, because they're not going to be anything more than that, because they have led a rough life. There's some people that's led harder lives than others, and you can tell it. And coins are the same way. There's some that were ridden hard and put away wet, and there was some that were cared for, and handled nicely, and can be helped and improved by these techniques. All right. So now let's go ahead and get the brush to it. So what do you think? You think it was an improvement over what it was? I do. And, somebody might like it a little better this way. In closing, like I said, just try to do the least you have to do to the coin to get it back into a stable, sellable state. Don't get too aggressive with it. Don't try to make it something that it's not. Um, Less is more in this case. So hopefully you found this interesting and helpful. If you did, please on your way out, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to see something else on numismatics that you would like to hear my opinions and perusing on, leave a comment. I take it to heart. I'm always looking for ideas for future episodes. So until next time, keep searching, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye for now.